everyone, what is going on? Raven here. Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk about a very interesting animal. It is called the vampire squid. If you've never heard of this before, today is a video for you. The vampire squid looks like something that swam out of a late night science fiction movie. But in spite of its monstrous name, it is a small creature growing to only about 6 inches in length. The vampire squid is an ancient species and is a phylogenetic relict, meaning that it is the only surviving member of this species, the Vampiromorphida. I have no idea what that is. The scientific name for the vampire squid is Vampirostheus infernalis. Something like that. Okay? It is a unique member of the cephalopod family in that it shares similarities with both squid and octopus, or octopi. In fact, it was originally mistakenly identified as an octopus by researchers in 1903. The vampire squid has large fins at the top of its body that resembles ears. These fins serve as its primary means of propulsion, as it literally flies through the water by flapping those fins. As with other squid, it can also use jet propulsion to move by expelling water through a specialized siphon jet located just under its mantle. The vampire squid has a very gelatinous form, resembling a jellyfish more than common squid. It can swim surprisingly fast for a gelatinous animal, reaching speeds of over 2 body lengths per second. It also has the largest eyes relative to its body size of any animal. Though it is relatively small, growing to a length of only about 6 inches, it has globular eyeballs about the size of a large dog. That's crazy. These large eyes can appear red or blue in color depending on the light. The vampire squid's 8 arms are connected with a webbing of skin, which makes it look more like an octopus than a squid. When threatened, the squid can draw its arms up over itself and form a defensive web that covers its body. Each of the 8 arms is lined with a single row of suction cups and rows of soft, fleshy spines, known as kiri. It is these spines, along with the cape-like webbing and red eyes, that give the vampire squid its unusual name. And located inside the vampire squid's webbed arms can be found a pair of retractable sensory filaments. These filaments are similar to the 2 long tentacles found on other squid species. Also located within the webbing are 2 tentacles found on other squid species. Also located within the webbing are 2 powerful beak-like jaws. These jaws are white as ivory and are strong enough to crush the shells of crustaceans. The squid's color ranges from jet black to pale red. The vampire squid's body is covered with light-producing organs called photospheres. Those giving the squid the unique ability to turn itself on or off at will through a chemical process known as bioluminescence. When the photospheres are off, the squid is completely invisible in the dark waters where it lives. The squid has incredible control over these light organs. It has the ability to modulate the size and intensity of the photospheres to create complex patterns that can be used to disorient predators and attract prey. The photophores are larger and more complex at the tips of the arms and the base of its 2 fins. Unlike most other squid, it does not have the ability to change its color. This ability would be useless in the dark environments where it lives. The squid's light show is probably the main form of defense, since it lacks the ink sac which is present in other squid species. It can, however, eject a thick cloud of glowing bioluminescent mucus from the tip of its arms when it is threatened. Not much is known about the feeding habits of the vampire squid. Its diet is believed to consist of prawns, copepods, and other small invertebrates. The beaks of vampire squid have been found in the stomach of seals, whales, and fish, indicating that it is a favorite prey item for many deep-diving species. The squid has an extremely low metabolic rate, indicating that it can go for long periods of time without feeding. This is an important adaptation seen in many deep-sea species, since food can be hard to find in those extreme depths. As with most deep water creatures, very little is known about the reproductive habits of the vampire squid. We do know that the eggs of the squid are small and opaque, reaching a size of about 8 millimeters. They are thought to reproduce solely by laying a relatively small number of eggs. The distribution of eggs has been found to be similar throughout the year, indicating that there may be no particular breeding season. Once the eggs hatch, the younglings will drift with the water. They resemble miniature versions of the adults, except that they lack the webbing between their arms and their eyes are much smaller. As they develop, the young vampire squid undergo what have been described as a double metamorphosis. At early stages of development, the young squid have a single pair of fins located near the eyes. At a later stage, this pair of fins gradually disappears as a new pair develops. As the animal reaches maturity, these fins are resized and repositioned to maximize swimming efficiency. They are found throughout the deep oceans of the world in most tropical and temperate regions at depths between 300 feet, or 90 meters, and 3,000 feet, or over 900 meters. They live in the oxygen minimum layer of the ocean where virtually no light penetrates. They seem to prefer a temperature between 35 and 43 degrees Fahrenheit, or between 2 and 6 degrees Celsius. What do you guys think? I think these look really cool, and I wish we knew more about these animals. I wish we were able to study more animals like this that we don't know enough about and know as much as we can, because there's so much, even about some shark species that we don't know much about. Like for white sharks, we don't know where they're mating and we don't know where they're having their young because we want to protect that, you know? But the vampire squid does sound really cool, and I'm glad that actually there's an animal named Vampire in the ocean. I think that is really cool. If you guys did like today's video, you found it informative, please let me know in the comment section down below. Like this video, and if you have not already, please go on ahead and make sure that you are subscribed to the channel. That way you're notified, as long as you hit the notification bell, of course, every single time I upload, which is basically every single day of the week. And I will see you all next time. Bye!